Okay, welcome to part 6. This is where we were at before. Now we're going to set up our environment. So I'm going to save this as number, we'll call this 4. And this is not hard. It's just a little bit of farting around. I'm going to push this up here. So the first thing we need to do is grab our panel for textures and things. Okay, so we know we have our little dude textured, or we should. Stickman texture, there we go. So we'll just check that. There he is, this guy, he's cute. Okay, so we're gonna put down a plane on top of this grid. Plane, scale 10, scale 2, scale 2. And we're just going to make sure that it's, call this ground. And we'll make it another color. That's not him. And then we're going to move it down here. Like that. Okay, so that's the ground. Now we're going to set up, well, I don't want our ground to be that color. We're going to give it a texture, but we're just going to use an internal one. So I guess we'll use this one. Colors. I'm impartial to blues, so we'll make it some kinds of blue. Constant, no. Cardinal. Cardinal's good. We'll add another one, and we'll make it another kind of blue, maybe. I don't know. A little further. We'll add another one, and we'll make it maybe some weird kind of green. I don't know. Something like that. There we go. I guess I shouldn't play with it too much. So there's our ground. And then we're going to add some sky. Blender sky. We'll make our horizon kind of ambient color. Well, we won't worry about our ambient color too much. Maybe I'll make it a bit pink. And then I'll add some stars like that. And then I'll put this down here. Yeah, we'll leave it. Okay, so there we are. We've got a sky. Now, if we want to check that, what we've got so far, we can't do that yet. We need a camera. Never mind. Okay, so we've got our ground and we've got our sky. But, our ground is out. Okay, now we're going to add a wee camera. I'm going to go back into solid. Here we go. Shift add a camera. Now, this camera's kind of, I'm going to make it bigger. If we want to see through the camera, object, view, camera. There's our camera view. Well, for what it's worth. Just not looking at anything right now. Anyways, we'll move it down. Move it forward. There's our Stickman in our camera. Now I'm going to change the focal length to 80. He's not quite centered, so we'll center him. There we go. Now we can render something if we want to see what it looks like. So we can go here, we can render a frame, and that's what he looks like. Oops, in our thing, 3D view. So there we are. Now we want the camera to move with him. So we're going to have to animate it for 350 frames, which is not too hard really. Scale to, I need that. Let us move it. It's kind of a little more straight on. So let us go to frame 30. It's fine there. We can trying to move it. So we know we want to move it back there. So there we are, object, animation, insert keyframe, location. And then we'll move it back some more. Object, animation, insert keyframe, location. And then we'll move it back some more. Object, animation, insert. Oops. Okay, that's fine too. Location. And then we'll move it back some more. Object, animation, insert keyframe, location. And then we'll move it to the end. $350. Here we go. Object, animation, insert keyframe, location. So let us see how that works out. Okay, so go a bit more. Object, animation, insert keyframe, location. That's fine. That's also fine. How about here? Object, animation, insert keyframe, location. So there he goes. Is he moving with it? He's moving with it. That's what we want. Now we'll save it. This is not going to be a cinematic masterpiece. Just trying to show some concepts. Okay, so now we want to add some lights. Dun, 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 dun. Shift add lamp area. Now, things go black when you do this because it's responding to light, which is fine. So we want this to shine down to the floor like this. RY. There we go, shining through the floor. We get it to intersect with the ground plane and end there. And I'm going to lower the energy by 0.5. And I'm going to duplicate it. And I'm going to RY, shine this one on the side. Let's take a look at the way the other one is. It's about right, I guess. There we are. Now, I'm going to duplicate them a couple more times. Okay. So now let's watch him and see how he does. It's not bad. Okay, so now I'm going to add some gloss to the floor. Ba-da-bum. Mirroring, reflectivity, like a lot. Leave it at white, I guess. And we'll add, what else are we going to add? We don't want to, I don't really need this. Don't need it to be shadeless. This is what it looks like in there. And then we'll check him. So we'll make him we'll add some ambient. There we go. We'll add some shading and stuff to him, specularity. There's his intensity. And then we're going to add some, not some transparency, some more reflectivity, not as much. Reduce the gloss. There we are. Now let's kind of move along here and save this, and then we will render it and see what it looks like. Now, render. Well, that's not bad. Okay, so that's our render result. Back to 3D view. I'm going to move up the ground plane slightly. Oh. Isn't that cute? Anyhow, solid. It's a little hard to do it this way. Let's put it back to solid. Let's try rendering it again. Render. I'm looking for his reflection and his feet. They're about right. Oh, his feet are a little bit not quite right. So I'll move this down again a little more. I guess I'll use this panel down here. There we go. Then we'll hit render one more time and wait to see whether we see his feet in the ground. And we do, kinda, sorta. But I need to move it down again. And we'll render it one more time. Wait to see his feet. I guess that's about right. Okay, so we'll save that. Okay, so that's our movie. And the last part is we've got to render our movie. We just need to set up the parameters. So we'll go here and we'll look down to post-processing. I never use this, hardly at all. Bake Targa. Here we go. Output. We need to change our output to I made a movie, Stickman product movie folder. You accept that. You can start rendering it. There's our file location output. We don't want it to overwrite anything. We want video. AVI, RAW, MPEG. I chose H.264. I don't know if this is going to change here or not. Anyways, no. 1920 over 1080. So this is pretty much all we need. We already chose that. You can, now you just choose up here, render animation, and then it starts. Now, there's just one little problem with this, one of these renders. A full render is going to take about 1 hour for 10 frames. So you'll want to set this aside and come back in a day and a half. Other than that, your movie's ready. Bye for now.